So, step two for your last semester at Guilford College is to jump right in and be a part of the team. We are lucky enough to start our student teaching at the beginning of the school year rather than in the middle. Most schools do internship in the fall and student teaching in the spring, where we are opposite. We do our internships the spring before and our student teaching in the fall. We get to come in and see the teachers set up their classrooms, get their class lists, as well as go through beginning of the year staff meetings and professional development. I was lucky enough to, as I mentioned before, go to my alma mater and student teach with teachers that taught me. So it was kind of neat to see the behind the scenes and how they all acted outside of the classroom and on a professional level. So by jumping right in and participating in those meetings with your teachers, you kind of get to know other teachers outside of your CT as well as outside of your department. So you get to meet foreign language teachers and English teachers and history teachers and math teachers and art teachers and CT teachers. It's just an amazing experience to learn from so many of them because they are professionals and they've been doing this for a long time. So you get to ask them questions how their classroom works and what works best for them that may work best for you, and you've never thought about adding that little bit of detail into your teaching before. Another great reason that helps us start in the fall at the beginning of the school year is you and your CT kind of get the chance to sit down and make your classroom environment, the two of you, rather than jumping in the middle of the year where if you're on a traditional schedule, these students have had the same teacher already for 6 months. Whereas, or not 6 months, but 4. Whereas starting off in the beginning of the school year or with a block schedule, new teacher, new students, it's okay. But we have a schedule where we kind of phase in to full-time teaching and then phase out. And my CT had mentioned that she did not make a plan with one of her student teachers the previous times that she's been a CT. And that was one of the biggest mistakes because once her student teacher phased back out of student teaching, it was hard to get her classroom back in order the way that she wanted it to and for them to be used to her again. So we went right on from the beginning. Let's co-teach. I want these students to know you and know our expectations from the get-go, so that by the time I phased out and left, they were used to hearing a mixture of both of us teaching in the classroom at the same time. I believe that one of my biggest confusions and worries was that once I started full-time student teaching, that the CT wasn't allowed to help whatsoever. And I was wrong. It is okay for them to help you. That's what you're there for. This is your chance to get the help that you need while you're teaching, just so that it helps you kind of be prepared once you get your own classroom. So use that to your full advantage by jumping right on in and being a part of the team, because you're going to see things that you've never seen before from a teacher point of view rather than a student's point of view. And it will help you because by the time you do get your own job and they start asking you for your evaluations and filling out all of your paperwork, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. This is no problem. Thanks to the fact that we get to start school at the very beginning of the year, just right along with everybody else.